Good morning, children. Once again, back to the last lesson by Alphonse Daudet. In our previous class, we have studied about the author, setting, and theme of the lesson, right? We have also read the first paragraph of the lesson. So, let me ask a few questions before I take up the next paragraphs. Who was I in the first paragraph? Definitely, it was French. Why was he fearing for a great scolding from his teacher that day? He was fearing for a great scolding from his teacher that day as he did not prepare his lessons on participles. Who was the teacher? It was M. Hamel. What did he teach? He taught French. Why was French reluctant to go to school that day? First, he did not know a word about participles, and secondly, the nature was tempting. He wanted to enjoy the chirping of birds in the woods and the drilling of the Prussian soldiers. Did he go to school at last? Yes, he went to school at last. What did it show about him? It showed that French was a simple, innocent, and honest boy. Though young, he had the strength not to be carried away with his emotions. Now, children, we will read the lessons further. See the screen? When I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come from there. The lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officer, and I thought to myself without stopping, what can be the matter now? Yes, when French had uh, decided to go for the school, he almost ran for it, and he could see a big crowd gathering near the bulletin board. Bulletin board means notice board, as we see in our schools also. And for the last 2 years, the people of Alsace and Lorraine were getting lots of news on this bulletin board, like about the lost battles, about the draft, or any order from the commanding officer. So, Franz was thinking, what was the matter now? Now, then, as I hurried by, as fast as I could go, the blacksmith watcher was there with his apprentice. Reading the bulletin, called after me, "Don't go so fast, Bub. You will get to your school in plenty of time." Yes, when he did not give any importance to the people who had gathered there, but the blacksmith and the watcher saw him, and they called him. They told French that he need not go so fast for the school because he had a lot of time. I thought he was making fun of me and reached M. Hamel's little gardens all out of breath. But French thought they were pulling his leg, so he did not give any importance to their words and he almost ran to reach his class. Usually, when school began, there was a great bustle, which could be heard out in the street. The opening and closing of desks, lessons repeated in unison, very loud, with our hands over our ears to understand better, and the teacher's great ruler rapping on the table. But now it was all so still. I had counted on the commotion to get to my desk without being seen, but of course that day everything had to be as quiet as Sunday morning. Through the window, I saw my classmates already in their places, and M. Hamel walking up and down with his terrible iron ruler under his arm. I had to open the door and go in before everybody. You can imagine how blushed and how frightened I was. Yes, the class was unusual because he could not hear any commotion as he used to hear before. Previously, there used to be so much noise that uh, when he entered the classroom, nobody would give any attention to him, and he could reach to his seat without being noticed by anybody, even if he used to reach late. But today, everybody's eyes were on him, and he felt shy, he blushed, and he was frightened. But M. Hamel did not scold him. But nothing happened. M. Hamel saw me and said very kindly, "Go to your place quickly, little French, we were beginning without you." I jumped over the bench and sat down at my desk. Not till then, when I got a little over my fright, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat and his frilled shirt and little black cap, all embroidered, that he never wore except on inspection and prize days. Yes, when he sat on his bench, he could see that his teacher, M. Hamel, he was wearing his green coat that he usually wore on prize days or on inspection days. Besides, the whole school seemed so strange and solemn. But the thing that surprised me most was to see on the back benches that were always empty the village people sitting quietly like ourselves. Old Hosser with his three-cornered hat, the former mayor, the former postmaster, and several others besides. Everybody looked sad, and Hosser had brought an old primer thumbed at the edges, and he held it open on his knees with his great spectacles lying across the pages. There were more surprises for French. When he looked back, he could see all the village elders sitting on the last benches. And Hosser, he was holding his elementary book on French. So, children, we have seen a few difficult words in the text. See on the screen. In great dread means fearing so much. Drilling, that is undergoing military training. Bulletin board means notice board. Draft means document. Watcher, guard. Apprentice, trainee. Bub, young boy. Had counted on means dependent on. Solemn means gloomy. Primer means elementary book. Thumbed at the edges means soiled due to frequent handling. So children, now I would like to give you a few home assignments. Write the theme of the lesson neatly in your notebook. What were some of the changes French noticed in the school that day? What was the importance of the bulletin board near the town hall? This question was asked in 2020, which is recently concluded. You have to write the last question in 30 to 40 words. It is of 2 marks. So children, I hope you will do your home assignments in your notebook and please show me in the WhatsApp. Thank you.